The ending of Ahsoka Episode 4 broke the internet. Not only were fans extremely excited to see Anakin Skywalker's return, but fans were also extremely confused. What the hell's the world between worlds? Is Ahsoka dead? Is Anakin good or evil? What the hell is going on here? Yeah, it's a lot, but stick around to the end of this video so I can explain everything about the ending of Episode 4, and we can speculate about what is coming next. So smash a like on this video and let's break this all down. Episode 4 ended with everyone doing their best Michael Jordan impression. No, not that one, this one. As we got to see Anakin and Ahsoka, master and apprentice, for the first time ever together in live action. But there's a lot more going on in the ending of this episode that you either might have missed or just don't understand. So let's rewind all the way back before we even see Anakin at the end of this episode. After Ahsoka dies falling off the cliff, Baylan promises Sabine that he will take her to Ezra and she won't be harmed. Throughout this episode, we learn a ton about Baylan's character. It is very Grand Admiral Thrawn-like at the end of this episode when he already knows everything about Sabine's story and tells it directly to her. We don't know how Baylan knows about Sabine and Ezra's relationship or how he knows that Sabine's family died in the Night of 1,000 Tears, which is when the Empire turned the planet of Mandalore into glass, killing almost everyone on the planet. However, Baylan knowing all about our heroes is very Thrawn-esque. And this is alluding to later on in the season when we are going to see Grand Admiral Thrawn himself. Thrawn doesn't have the ability to use the Force, he's just a genius and always 10 steps ahead. But after Sabine hands Baylan the star map, Baylan puts his lightsaber through it. This is not good. How are Ahsoka, Hera, and the others going to get to this new galaxy without that star map? The Purrgil. These giant space whales were introduced back in Star Wars Rebels and were brought into live action last episode. These creatures are what brought Ezra and Thrawn to this new galaxy in the first place, causing the entire plot of this show. The Purrgil have the ability to jump into hyperspace from galaxy to galaxy, and that is most likely how Hera, Ahsoka, and the others will get to this new galaxy. But in episode 4 of the Ahsoka show, we then see Baylan, Shin, Sabine, and Morgan blast into hyperspace in the Eye of Sion. This is when we get Jacen Syndulla say that he has a bad feeling, confirming that Jacen is Force sensitive and we could be getting a canon version of Jacen Solo, aka Darth Caedus. If you want to learn all about Jacen's character and what he could be from his Legends counterpart, watch this video I did recently explaining his whole entire character. But after we get the confirmation that Jacen Syndulla is Force sensitive, this is when it gets really good. The world between worlds and Anakin Skywalker. So first of all, what is the world between worlds? It was first introduced in Season 4 of Star Wars Rebels, where we see Ezra Bridger enter to find answers on how to stop the Empire that is attacking his home planet on Lothal. And instead of getting those answers, he ends up in a strange place with portals through space and time. He comes across a portal with Morai on top. Morai is an owl that represents the light side of the Force. It follows Ahsoka around. I will explain what that means in just a little bit. Ezra looks into the portal and sees Ahsoka fighting Darth Vader on Malachor 5, which happened 2 seasons earlier, meaning Ahsoka has been dead for multiple years at this point in Star Wars Rebels. However, before Vader is able to strike down Ahsoka, Ezra pulls her out of time. Now, is this what just happened at the end of episode 4? Did Anakin pull Ahsoka out before she fell to her doom like Ezra did in Rebels? And if so, how is that possible? Anakin is dead. I know, this is a lot, but stick with me because it does make sense. In Rebels, Palpatine describes the world between worlds as a conduit between the living and the dead. Meaning, in the world between worlds, the living and the dead are as one. They can communicate with each other. This is probably how we see Force Ghost, but it's also an in-between of life and death. This is likely why Ezra was able to save Ahsoka, and Anakin is able to communicate with Ahsoka in this last episode. there is still a ton of mystery when it comes to the world between worlds. Like, why does Ahsoka keep getting saved? And why is she the only character who has been saved by the world between worlds? Now, I'm sure those questions will be answered in this upcoming episode next week that's directed by Dave Filoni that was just announced to be put into select movie theaters, and I can't wait to get all these questions finally revealed. However, now we have the problem of Anakin Skywalker. If Ezra was able to go into the past and save Ahsoka, was Anakin able to go into the future? I believe that the Anakin we are seeing here is the Force Ghost Anakin that we saw at the end of Return of the Jedi. But many fans have been speculating online that this may be an evil version of Anakin, or even the living embodiment of the dark side, or the Son from the Mortis arc in the Clone Wars Season 3. The Mortis gods are living embodiments of the cosmic force, the daughter being the light, the son being the dark, and the father being the balance between them. In the Clone Wars, Ahsoka becomes one with the daughter, and like I mentioned earlier, that's why Morai follows her around. This might also be why Ahsoka can't die, and why she keeps getting brought back to life. Now, Anakin Skywalker was supposed to take the place of the father and be the balance. He lived 44 years, 22 in the light and 22 in the dark. And the Mortis arc in the Clone Wars explains that the Chosen One prophecy was supposed to be for Anakin to take the place of the father on Mortis. However, some fans believe that the Anakin we are seeing here is the son, or the living embodiment of the dark side, playing tricks on Ahsoka. But honestly, I don't buy that. The only evidence to their case is the biggest mystery of all. Right before the end credits start, you hear Vader's theme. Could this mean that the Anakin Skywalker we see is an evil version? Or could this be foreshadowing the rumored fight that we are supposed to get on Mustafar, where Ahsoka takes the place of Obi-Wan and tries to stop Anakin from falling to the dark side? You tell me in the comment section below. The World Between Worlds, Jason Syndulla's Force Sensitive, the Purgle, Anakin frickin' Skywalker, that ending was a lot. And there's still a ton of mysteries about the ending of this episode, the biggest one being, why is Ahsoka the only one who keeps getting saved by the World Between Worlds? But you tell me what you think in the comment section below. Smash a like on this video if you liked it, hit subscribe, and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video. We go live on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, so don't miss out on any of that by hitting that subscribe. And if you want more, go check out the breakdown video I just did for episode 4 of the Ahsoka show.